had the business here?
We've owned the business for just over 3 years.
And you were in mechanics before that?
Mick's been a mechanic for 20 odd years.
Yeah.
I'd never worked in the auto repairs industry before.
Is that necessary?
So, it helps, but it's been a steep learning curve. But I think you can do it without having been there. Both of us had worked in the tourism industry for about the last 10 years prior to buying the business.
So Mick was coming back to mechanics?
He was, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's fairly bold coming back to mechanics and buying a business to do it with?
Yeah, well, we'd actually started, he came in and worked for the guy who used to own the business for about 3 months beforehand because he'd been made redundant. And yeah, he sort of was just kind of looking for some work while he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do. And he'd been here about 3 months, and when Cliff and Linda said, "Are you interested in buying the business?" because they were ready to move on and had sort of been here for 20 years. Cliff's the previous owner. Yeah. So they he ran the business for just over 20 years. Yeah. And they just had enough, I think.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
And I guess in buying the business that was ready to go.
Yeah. It was certainly much easier to buy it as an ongoing concern and having it up and running, and they stayed on with us for about 3 months after we bought the business, just to help with the transition.
Yeah, I might just close that is a bit engine noise as well.
Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, it was your first experience.
So it was, yeah. So we set up a lot of new processes within the business. So there was when we bought the business, everything was done manually. All the accounts, the pays, everything. So now we run a lot more.
And that's your side?
Yeah, that's basically what I do. He turns the spanners and I do everything else.
What's been trickier, the auto side of things or the business side of things?
Probably the business side of things, because I've just had no idea about. I mean, I do all the marketing, all the payroll, BAS, everything. You know, all the accounts, everything. And so for me, it's been learning all those different areas. You know, not just sort of coming into it and just doing accounts receivable or doing the whole lot. And first 12 months was really about getting. Just getting our knowledge up and working out how to run the business, just from day to day.
Not so much a 5-year plan as an 8-hour plan.
Yeah, that's right. I guess maybe if we do have a 5-year plan, it's probably a bit of a succession plan of trying to get the business in really good shape if we do decide to sell.
Yeah, is that one of the things that you're working with the Northwest Business Development?
Yeah, we haven't done too much really on a succession plan. We're trying to be more focusing on our marketing
Hello, Dan. What exactly is the Business Growth Program?
I think it was a federally funded project, which was designed to help businesses work out businesses who are in sort of a growth phase, I guess, not sort of new businesses, but businesses that are getting ready to grow, and help them put structures and systems in place to grow. So you'll do the program with I think we did it with 10 other people, and all from varying businesses of different sizes, but all in different industries. So you're getting different points of view, and it's a mixture of both those group sessions with those, and using having guest speakers and mentors and people that come in. Some of it is based on the financial side of your business, and they do a diagnostic and a health check to see how you're going financially, and a lot of it is also based on things like your marketing and where you sit in the market. You also have a one-on-one mentoring sessions with a mentor from the business centre.
And how long ago was that you did that?
I did it February last year, so I did it over 12 months ago. Yeah.
I'm doing the business owners coaching program at the moment. We're coming up to our third group meeting. There's about a dozen people in the group. So we've had 2 one-on-ones. So each after each month, we've basically got an hour session that we sit down and discuss where we're going, and he gives us different things to work on and plan next year. So
is that something you decided to do, or was it suggested to you? The business growth program?
Yeah, it was. I'm not sure where it was originally found out, but Abby found out about it and she did the first course and I did the same one she did. The not the business owners, but I can't remember the names of the courses, but so she's done both of the courses and I'm doing the second one now.
Yeah.
So and yeah, I had no expectations going on, but I'm sort of very glad I did do them. So I've got a lot out of them, met some really good people, and
You're obviously pretty capable guys, though. I mean, where's the benefit in working with the business centre, coming with these programs and stuff? Is it just bounce your thoughts off them? Or?
Yeah, you get people from the outside looking in, so you can ask questions, and of what would they like to see in a workshop, and what are the pros and cons, why do you choose a place? And then we discuss marketing ideas and they throw their ideas around, and that's probably where you've got the mentor that prompts, throws ideas out, and then everyone comes in and gives their thoughts on it. So providing you've got a good group and everyone's willing to open up and discuss it can be really beneficial.
Is it a little bit like AA or?
Yeah, a little bit. Not that I've never done anything AA, but and some you don't hear boo from them most of the time. They're quiet, and a lot of people you haven't got, for example, 8 or 10 workshops. Every business, and they plan it as such, so you haven't got conflicting or clashing businesses. So you're not. Oh, I'm not going to say anything about that because that gives them an idea. And I think we're trying to visit each other's premises at some point, and a lot of them. There's a couple of guys that are accountants, and there's not much I can probably offer an accountant advice. And so they do have. We went to it was a graduation night the other night for a bit of a presentation for previous people who finished groups. So they have in that they invite a lot of people along, and it becomes like a bit of a networking function. So we had I don't know how many, there was 150 people there, and they had food and drinks, and they had door prizes, and then they gave everyone over a different sticker, and we got to one point just everyone go find your balloon with that colour sticker and sit there and have a chat for 10 or 15 minutes, and so out of that I think I got a couple of business cards and potentially a couple of services, so it worked really well. So but yeah, they've got a lot of, I don't know how many other different courses that they've got running, but we've certainly done a couple of them, and they're obviously quite well subsidised, and they're mostly in the evenings after work, so they start at about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and anything during the day is very hard for us to get away. And so what we do at the moment, which is once a month on a Wednesday night, works really well. Yeah,
and the business growth program is similarly structured?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically it was same. It was maybe a different night of the week, but went for 3 hours. Often, and the one we did had food provided, because I'd literally come from work or go home, quick shower, and then shoot around there and have a bit of dinner and have a bottle of wine. So you're having a drink and whatnot, and food, and get into it. In 3 years, I like to think all the time we're improving our reputation, and I think we sort of discovered that the place wasn't as maybe as rosy or had as good a reputation and as what maybe I thought it did when we first bought it. But I think we're turning that around, and we're getting a lot of repeat business and referrals from trade customers.
So when you bought the business, was there anyone? Could you talk to someone at the centre, or was there anyone that you talked to about what you should pay for?
To this day, I wondered whether we paid too much or we got a fair price. I didn't probably research enough into it on what a good price the business was.
We were very green going into it, and with the benefit of hindsight, I think we probably would have done a lot more investigation. But at the time, I think we just didn't. You have to know where to look as well.
Yeah, what you've done with their advice when you first came into it.
Yes, I think
definitely.
I think we probably would have done a lot quite differently if we'd been involved with them before we had.
Well, I guess it's good to go in with your eyes open, sort of thing. Anyway, sounds like you're going great. So thanks very much for your time.
No worries, pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks very much, Eric.
Thank you.
Awesome.